It's just knowledge that needs to be out so that more of you take control of your own bodies and you stop outsourcing your healthcare to someone else. You cannot outsource your health. I am repeating this and you repeat after me. I cannot outsource my health. My name is Mugdha Pradhan. I'm the founder of Thrive FNC and a functional nutritionist. And what I do for a living is make chronic diseases disappear. These podcasts and videos are my attempt at helping people own their bodies by sharing all the knowledge I have with whoever is willing to listen to it. So, welcome on board. Now, I wasn't always a functional nutritionist. About 4 years ago, I had to take care of my own health, and that's where I dove into the world of functional nutrition. I have a master's degree in nutrition. This is 20 years ago, and I absolutely enjoy what I do. Now, what I've learned in the last 4 years of working with people is that most people don't even know what's at the root of their diseases. And that's something I wanted to address. And I kept figuring out ways in which I could do it. I did FB Live events, and then I did webinars and all of that. But then there's so much knowledge that needs to be shared that I thought is the best way to do this would be to do daily podcasts and videos. So if you're watching this on video, then you're watching the video version of it. If you're listening to the podcast, you're listening to the audio version of it. Whatever it is, I am so glad that you are here and that we can do this together where I can talk about the things I know and you can learn what it means to really own your body. So let's get into it. What does owning your body really mean? Now, for me, this journey of healing from my chronic health issues actually began when I took complete ownership of my body. I had a lot of health problems. I had an autoimmune thyroid condition called as Hashimoto's. I had diabetes. I was overweight. I was 97 kgs. I had anxiety and depression. I was on antidepressants, and then I had constipation and really bad digestion. So when I said, okay, enough is enough, I need to figure out what to do, is when I took ownership of my body, and that's how I started fixing things. And this is what I want for all of you listening to this, all of you watching this, that you should be able to take ownership of your body. Now, what happens, the way we are raised, the way we are trained, the way we are indoctrinated, we often feel like we don't really know what it means to take care of ourselves. We end up giving control of our bodies to authorities like doctors and hospitals and pharmaceutical companies. And the problem there is none of them really care about helping you heal. Maybe doctors do to an extent, but the problem with most doctors is, and I'm saying this, shots fired, but the problem with most doctors is the way they've been trained in their conventional medical system. Their training is entirely around, managing symptoms. It's never really about healing from the root. So if you go to somebody, if you go to a doctor with high blood sugar levels, you're probably going to get a pill to keep your blood sugar levels under control. If you go to a doctor with recurring migraines, you're going to get painkillers to keep your migraine under control. If you go to a doctor with thyroid issues, that doctor is going to give you levothyroxine or eltroxin or something like that to kind of supplement your thyroid hormone without bothering to find out why do you have this issue in the first place. So that's the problem with doctors. Not that they're bad people. I'm sure most doctors became doctors because somewhere in their childhood they had this dream of being able to heal people. But they are not trained in the nuances of what it takes to heal someone. Doctors are not trained in the nuances of nutrition. They have no idea. Most of them don't have the idea of the correlation between the food you eat and what really happens in the body. So you can't really rely on doctors to, fix your health because most doctors don't even know how to interpret lab reports. So doctors are out. Hospitals, if you've seen what's been happening with the pandemic, if you've seen how, like even before the pandemic, when my mom was sick, I knew how hospital bills were inflated. Hospitals and hospitality industry, I think, are pretty much the same. Most hospitals are looking at fleecing you. I will say this without mincing my words. If you have insurance coverage, your bills are super inflated. If you don't have insurance coverage, also your bills are really inflated. Now you have like COVID packages for 5 lakhs and 3 lakhs, and it's insane that you'd be paying 5 lakhs to manage a cold. But hospitals are designed like that. They're all mostly corporate uh, entities, and they are looking at maximizing profits, which is okay for a business to do. Like any business exists because it can make profits. But if you understand that a hospital exists to make profit and it's run like a business, then you will know whether you should really, entrust your long-term health with them or not. Hospitals are great for acute conditions, like if you've had a fracture, you met with an accident, you need an emergency surgery, maybe something needs to be taken out of your body, like maybe you have an inflamed appendix which needs to be like really removed, or maybe you have certain cysts and lumps that are now becoming problematic. So hospitals are great for that kind of a thing. But when it comes to chronic health issues, I don't think hospitals are the place you should be turning to. So then, should you be taking medicines to manage your diseases? Well, let's take it case by case. Okay, so let's say you have an extremely horrible migraine attack where you just can't function through the day. Then yes, maybe a medicine at that point of time would make sense. But if you become dependent on those medicines to manage your migraine pain every time you get pain, then that's a problem. The same thing with diabetes, right? So most of the time people are prescribed diabetes medication without anyone trying to figure out what is really causing diabetes in the first place. And it's such an easy disease to reverse. I am not joking about this. Lifestyle is what triggers diabetes. You start working on the lifestyle, you start working on nutrition choices, you start working on food, and diabetes can be reversed. We've done this with hundreds of cases. What about BP then? Should you be taking a daily BP medicine? Well, if your BP is really high, if you have kidney issues, like physiological kidney problems where you have polycystic kidneys and you have probably you have smaller kidneys, and that's affecting your blood pressure, then yes, maybe a small dose of a BP medicine might make sense. But otherwise, for BP that's induced by lifestyle choices, well, you really needn't be taking that medicine. And if you're dependent on it, if your BP is unmanageable without that medicine, then it's time you found out what's really triggering that BP, right? Like, why are you having high BP? Like, why would the body trigger high BP? Because it wants you to see something. So that brings me to the symptoms, right? Which is all of these things, even excess weight, even your elevated blood sugar levels, your high BP, your PCOD, your PCOS, fibromyalgia, everything is a symptom of something not working well in the body. And your body is so intelligent. It's such a beautifully designed machine that it uses this feedback loop to keep telling you, hey, something's wrong, fix it. Now, typically, most of us, the feedback loops that we are very aware of is the hunger one, right? Like you feel hungry, you eat. You're like, oh, I'm hungry, my body's sending me hunger signals, I need to eat. A lot of us also are pretty aware of the thirst wala feedback loop, right? Like you're thirsty, you drink water, and you know your body needed water. What most people don't realize is like hunger, like thirst, like the urge to go empty your bladder when you want to pee. Your body gives you a signal that the bladder is full, and then you have this uncontrollable urge to just go and pee. That's a feedback loop from the body. Similarly, all pain, all disease, all dysfunctions, those are chronically induced. I'm not talking of the acute ones. I'm not talking of falling off your bike and breaking your bone. That's an acute condition, and I think that's also a feedback loop for you to like be a better driver. But we're not going there. That's out of my domain. But all diseases, all dysfunctions, everything is part of a feedback loop that your body is constantly giving you to tell you, hey, something's not right, fix it. Whether it's your sleep cycle, whether it's your energy issues, like you can't function without coffee. By the way, coffee is absolutely unnecessary, right? Show me one single biochemical reaction where your energy is converted, like your pyruvate citric acid cycle, where energy is converted into energy. I mean, food is converted into energy. Nowhere is caffeine an essential molecule. So coffee is something that a lot of people are dependent on because their energy cycle is not functioning optimally. So these are the things I want to talk about, and I did Instagram small videos, but it's not enough time to talk about all of this. And I realized not everybody might want to spend maybe half an hour every day listening to what I have to say. So I thought I'll just create these videos and I'll upload them, and you are free to listen to them at your own pace. Whom are these videos for? Well, you could be somebody who's suffering from a chronic health condition and you want to get some answers to that. You could be studying nutrition or you could be studying medicine, and you're seeing that what you've been taught academically is not really practical on the field. It's not really helping your client cases, and that's where you want to come in and you want to learn something that might give you some insights into your work. I think these are the two kind of people who want to learn, and then maybe some of you just like my face and you want to watch me talk, and that's why you're here to watch me. But this thing is designed around learning. I'm calling this series LERN, which stands for Learning Evolving Repository of Nutrition. I wanted to add an K, but I wouldn't know how to pronounce it, right? Like Learning Evolving Repository of Nutrition Knowledge, but then that would be like LERN. So that would sound really weird. So I thought learn is pretty cool, which is learning evolving repository of nutrition, and we'll put a small K in the bracket there. But that's what this is meant to be. I have a lot of knowledge stored here with all the casework that I've done, with the daily learning that I myself do. I make sure I learn something new about nutrition, about health, about root causes of disease every single day. And our clients give us immense knowledge. With every case that we get, we learn so much. And it's only right that I share it with the world. This is absolutely for free. It's just knowledge that needs to be out so that more of you take control of your own bodies and you stop outsourcing your healthcare to someone else. You cannot outsource your health. I am repeating this and you repeat after me. I cannot outsource my health. No, you cannot. You have to take control of your health. And sometimes we think we know best what's going to work for a client, but then depending on their cultural preferences and religious beliefs and all of that, they would want something else, and we have to learn to respect that because it is their body in the end, it is your body in the end. So whatever is needed for your body, you get to choose what you need to do. And I hope that through these series, this is going to be a short one, it's just an introductory video about what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. But I hope through this series you'll learn a lot more about human health, human nutrition. I learn every day. I do not know it all. I just have barely scratched the surface. But what I learn, I share, and I think that's my moral duty. So here I am doing this. What we will start off with, I think, is we will probably go through the most common dysfunctions that we encounter at Thrive FNC. I think weight is one of them. A lot of people come to us for weight loss. So I think the first podcast or the video that I make will be around weight. Um, and I think we'll go through that, right? So we'll look at weight, we'll look at diabetes, we'll look at thyroid issues, we'll look at migraines, we'll talk about sleep. There's so much to talk about and there's so much to share. I will see if I can bring in experts from the field on this show, because it's always so good to listen to somebody else who, might have done different work, diverse work, and who might have their own expertise in their domain. So, whether it's international or people from India, I am going to look for experts who will also come and be part of this. The goal and the objective is simple: to share what we know about human health and human nutrition so that you can take control of your health and you can decide what you want to do with your life. If you want to read up, we already have a lot of articles in our blog section on Thrive FNC. There's a lot of information that's already there, so please go check it out. We have a lot of recipes also. Most of them are plant based. I used to be a plant based nutritionist for nearly 2.5 years until I learned how dangerous plants can be. So we do have quite a few plant based recipes on the website, but you can reach out to us and figure out how we can make those, you can make those healthier. Or if they're not working, if plant-based food is not working for you, you'll know soon enough. And we'll talk of root causes, we'll talk of blood tests, and we'll talk of what you should really know when you check thing. Like if you're going to check your thyroid, what are the tests you should be doing, what most doctors miss out on. So there's a lot we are going to cover. I don't know how many years I'm going to continue doing this. I think as long as the internet is there and as long as I can make decent videos, I'm going to continue to do this. It's a commitment I've made to myself and to you. My vision is to heal 1 million people. I forgot to mention that at the beginning. I get so excited about just being able to talk. But my vision is to heal 1 million people, and There are 7 billion humans on this planet, so 1 million is just a fraction of that. But I know I can reach out to so many other people. So here I am, being honest, being open, being vulnerable, sharing what I know, talking about the mistakes I've made. And I really look forward to gathering more and more people on this journey as we do learn with a small K. Um, Subscribe to the channel. So that you'll get notified every time a video is uploaded. Please share these videos with other people also, because the more people that we build into our tribe, and I'll speak of tribes, I'll speak of communities, I'll speak of why all of that is important. We'll cover mental health, we'll cover depression, we'll cover anxiety, we'll like I'm telling you, I will never run out of subjects to talk about. All right. So this is me signing off right now. So happy to get this going. And I'll see you guys soon.